Y'all can see me properly. I think it's properly. Hold on. I don't even know what to do. Like, there's no static or no fuzz over me. This is remarkable. Thank you, nice lady. I know your name, but I'm not going to say it. For the webcam. And then after she got it for me, I was like, why didn't you just buy one the whole time? Because I tried to do that before, and the one I brought did not work. It appears that some of us who are extremely self-reliant require others to help us with things. Otherwise, we'd never reach out to people. So, in some cases, I have to bypass my own stuff. And in this case, oh my goodness, it's me on a clear camera. So I'm doing something different today, guys. This is me on Sunday in my faux flannel. Don't judge the inside it came from Shein. But my son put together the webcam for me. I left his mask. The funny thing is, he went as Jason for Halloween. That's what I call him every day. Anyway, like when his sister's acting up, I just bang on the floor, the wall of his door, and I'm like, Jason, come get him. I think that probably is symbolic. So, anyways, guys, first things first, I want to introduce you guys. Where's that sound coming from? My TV just came back on. Let me pause this. My house is weird. So, I no longer have any other cards or energies sitting by the computer because for a while I was guided. Is it weird when I say told? I was guided to put be still and the Buddha prepares next to my computer. Like when I do the sessions, just to be chill, rock with it, whatever the case may be. Right? So today, after I cleaned up, like a lot, did a lot yesterday, and a lot today, just like deep cleaning and energy stuff. Today it was a lot of spiritual cleansing, right? Then I got the message that it was time to go ahead and get rid of these ones. So I'm about to put them back in their correct places after I clean my cards. So the first thing I want to show you is the one I'm going to keep here, which is Ariel. Ariel is the angel of revelations. She is actually like hidden from most stuff. You don't even really hear much about the feminine siding angels. I guess that's the way to say it. The ones that choose to be female, but discovers hidden treasures or reveals secrets, perception, revelation. So when I go to bed at night, just because angels have to be tapped in, look at me still cleaning. I put it over my keyboard. So the next day that I come here, I'm led to stuff that I need to know. Like it's already, Ariel has been able to go through the system. I'm hoping that she's able to go through the dark web and get some people caught. I think I need to see like some proof of that. Magic, as we call it, or alchemy is not as difficult as we have been taught to believe. It is based upon your thoughts and your imagination. So everything here is very concrete, but the imaginary realm is like thinking, boom, there it is. So in this case, I'm like, hey, Angel, can you go through the dark web and release information on stuff that needs to be released or help kids get found? Imagine if it wasn't just one of me doing that, but like a multitude of us. Because trafficking is like trafficking is like number one on my hit list. I started thinking the other day, like I was trying to get in an encrypted download file. Like, hey, what's the name of the group that's behind all of this? And I'm not talking about that bootleg Illuminati mess. No, 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 no. Who runs that? Who's so far in the background that only certain people can know their names? Who are the people that make the calls to the underlings that call the other people who are the puppets. And after a while, I got cabal, people that are not even ever seen, people that very well might be in a vampiric state, like they're so old they can't come out and they just body hop through other people. Like even in this moment, I'm like, but that's me like tuning into the info. I do wonder what that is. Guys, after I started asking these questions, I ended up watching Death Becomes Her. Keep in mind, once you open a door, once you ask a question, you start getting led through it. So I was watching Death Becomes Her. Noticing stuff I never noticed before, right? But there is a scene when, was that Meryl Streep? The blonde lady, I think it's Meryl Streep. First goes into the office and says, y'all, this plastic surgery ain't working. I need to do this. And so this dude just magically appears in the room. And he's like, I can give you the information, but it's only for a very elite group of people. And he literally just, I didn't even notice what's going on in like the 80s and 90s, but clearly it's been going on for a very long time. So now that I've asked, hey, what is this? This six, what is this? I'll probably get the answer, but I'm only asking not just out of nosiness, but Ariel, where do I send the angel a revelation? So y'all are about to sit with me as I sage my cards. And let me show y'all this right quick. I can't even pick this up. Like all my piles are like, this one is dusty. And this will probably actually be helpful for anybody who's going through decks. So let me make this a deck review. I didn't know what to label this because I was like, this is just my powwow, me getting used to this because I actually have to record some class videos tonight. From now on, class videos will be released. And now I get to redo them. I have a new camera every Sunday and every Wednesday for the Academy. And now my Pookie is here. My other baby's coming. I am going to be open for one-on-one text chats, like walk-in appointments. Although it's better if you make it ahead of time just to guarantee you have a slot because I tend to get really booked. And Alexis will be doing her own slots. I'll announce the changes on the website in regards to that, like in another video. But Tuesday and Thursday. Zaire, can you get the door? This is impromptu. I'm not going to pause this the whole time. It's Sunday. Family life is fully on. So Tuesday and Thursday, you can pop in my inbox and do a little one-on-one session. Zaire! Probably would have responded if I called him Jason. Thank you. And it doesn't help that his door opens like that. You forgot your mask too, honey. Mayara, oh, you can open the door now. Welcome home, sweetie. Doing a video. Usually I don't do this, but you good? All right. So those are the two main announcements I had to make video-wise, but I'm starting here because it suddenly started feeling like all new energy coming in, guys. Like after I had cleaned up and stuff, and I went out to eat with 211, right? His idea, which caught me off guard too. But it was what is the name of that place? Got to make our own soup. But as we're making it, I'm trying to do the vegetarian thing. I just add like all the vegetables because I'm not putting meat in it, right? So Daisy was one of the things got put in there. Usually I would have been like, what the fuck, a Daisy? But it's like, no, let's just go with it, right? So he orders this weird, like, I don't know, I guess Japanese drink. So we're doing shots. And he's like, you want one? I'm like, yeah, we need to toast. We need to toast or something. Hold on, my sister's calling. Had to pause so much. So we're like toasting a shot. And he's like, what are we toasting to? I'm like, we're toasting to new beginnings, right? So we do the shot. And then I'm like, hold on, I need to look up what Daisy is. Because, like, why did we put that in here? And it's sort of kind of good, right? So I went to look it up, and what do Daisy stand for? New beginnings. So I'm like, okay, I've been feeling really weird the last couple of days, like a bittersweet, I guess, I don't know, is it sadness? But yeah, it's like sad mixed with happy. Like something good and happy is about to happen, but something else sad occurred and I couldn't put my fingers on it. So this is going along with that. And I'm just going to review these decks with y'all and talk your head off. So that my up and coming readers have a good idea of what you can do with these decks, because each one has a story, what is possible, because I like to put them together like puzzle pieces. Everything means something, even down to the daisy. Everything means something. So this deck here is not actually a deck. This is called Your Worst Nightmare. It's a game. When I got it, oh, this puts me in my feelings because I put it up for a very long time. Who knew I was gonna be emotional about my decks, right? When I first got it, it was supposed to be in my mind, in my 3D mind. And this is a money sage, by the way, guys, that I'm cleaning with. You can clear with regular sage, but all that does is remove whatever's on it in the vibration, but it does not set a new tone. So you'll just have like blank slates. They have been saged and hollowed before. This time, just gonna coat them all in abundance. So this is a money stick I got from my local botanica, right? So this one included like light up thing. I feel like I need to get some light up fluid. I get crazy by fire. I gotta chill. uh, but like I was saying, it's a game. And the first time I played it with my family, I was like, nah, we not playing this on a regular basis, just discussing your worst fears and why it's your fears. But when I thought about it in regards to like shadow work and readings, I was like, okay, I'll include this in my like dark mirror one to help with past lives and stuff, just past life blocks. Guys, there came a point in a spiritual attack when I realized that a bunch of bad stuff was about to be released. And I was like, oh no. So what did I have to do with my original? And it's not this one, my original worst nightmare day. Because I tried to burn, tried to burn all the possibilities for the way that the black magic was about to come out. After this, I had to leave my house. Like it was a whole attack thing, right? When I came back, the only card that did not burn was the event that occurred. I wish I had stayed till the end. And one day I'm gonna find the picture and show y'all. I know it's in my gallery because I take pictures of everything. Just because when I was younger, I was gaslit so much about the stuff that I knew that I wasn't supposed to know or whatever. So I just keep evidence of everything to make me feel better. But it was crowds. The event that occurred, Astro World. And I was so like messed up about it. But eventually I got over that. And I got another deck. But this time, this thing's so slow. What I did was I pulled out a bunch of them. Like this is only half of the number of cards that are supposed to be in here. Because there's just some stuff I was like, I'm gonna keep that burnt, that barred forever. But these ones I use for past life stuff now. I don't even dig into it for like just the sake of what's your worst nightmare. No. What do you still have a trauma from that already occurred in another life? I did mess around recently and pull to see how this life was going to end. But it's not a fixed trajectory. Every path you take, every decision you make is an opportunity to hop to a different outcome. On the road I was at that time, I was going to perish here in the apocalypse. Now, I ain't tried it in a while because I ain't going to fixate on that. I know what my goal is. My goal is to one day go to sleep with my spouse and then just be like, hey, We don't want to go back to them bodies. It's over. I would like to just go in my sleep, or what appears to be my sleep to everybody else. So right now, doing pretty good on that. So this is the timing deck. And keep in mind, guys, all of these you can get on Amazon. After I get them from other places, and sometimes they do come from Amazon, I go and check and make sure that before I show you guys or put something in your mind, like some intrigue to get it, thought I dropped the card. I make sure that it's available online somewhere. So this is the timing oracle deck. It comes with a cute little bag, and the funny thing is, it's only $10. Most of them do not come with a bag. I almost said I want to go. I put this down. It was about to set the deck on fire. Wonder if that's symbolic. But hold on. Y'all, I told y'all I was waiting to see if the timing deck ended up accurate, right? I did a reading for my client with it. And she wanted to know about, she's in real estate. Hey, Kayla. She wanted to know when she was going to lock in like her first client. And it said next weekend. When it said that, I was like, oh, Lord, please don't let me be giving out inaccurate information because of this deck. So I let her know, like, girl, this deck is new. So you're going to be the test dummy. She wrote me today, right? She got her contract. So you know, I like this shuffle and get the energy through. I'll take that. There are a couple other things. Like, what did I tell you guys? That somebody was coming by spring or within 3 months. So let me know if something came through for y'all. And then next year looks promising. So that timeline for whatever that storyline or that message. What was it? All New Everything, I think it was the name of the video. That will be still considered accurate. Nothing has changed. Beginning of next year. End of winter, beginning of spring. Timing oracle. I'm going to put this in the section with the clarifiers. I'm trying to get the organization down all together, guys. So some crazy things have been happening. And not even of all the things I tell y'all about dreams, right? Let me move this down. I used to get attacked in dreams a lot. These are runes, by the way, also Amazon. Runes I rarely use. There are some people who this might be their jam, and I enjoy them. Maybe if I played around with them more. It comes in a little cute box in the description there. I start learning them. Probably should, just for the gift or attuning, tightening up the gift of being able to get answers through. Oh, and I can show you all on this camera, holding things. They are actually made of amethyst. They got like little gold things on them. So what I do is I shake, and then I'm like guided to which one feels right. And then I can hold on to it and start to stream my answer through it, which is pretty cool. I've been told, or I've read, that you can also do that, like if you go to an antique store and get background info. This gift can also be seen, because I got to mention the movie, in The Conjuring. That's how, what's her name? Leave it up to, how could I forget her name? Right? The lady in The Conjuring. And recognize the demons and the ghosts and stuff like through touch. Super duper empath. It's like this thing is burning, but it's not doing what I really wanted to. I wanted to be like, fuego. So these are handy if you're somebody who is more hands-on. Somebody with strong Virgo placements, stuff at the 6th degree or the 18th degree. Because you feel things through your hands. You'd also be really good at Reiki. So dream-wise, I'm not being attacked in my dreams at all. Quite the opposite. I've been spending time with my father, which is interesting. Keep in mind, my actual dad is here, and I'm now understanding that the dad version I'm seeing in my dreams is the avatar. It turns out that I had been holding myself still attached to the tree of death because there was a particular guy, the spirit guy, husband, human. I'm just going to call him Al for now. And that's just a small piece of his whole human name, but so he'll know I'm directly talking about him because he was still watching this whole time. So, hey, Al, how you doing? I'm going to bet nobody's called you that version of your name before. I had been holding myself because I didn't want to leave him in the hell vibration. Him and I have been through a lot for many, many, many lifetimes. So the first night that I had the dream, when I was with my father, which I mean, it turns out it's the Most High. That's cool. I was wondering where these gifts came from. I was showing him around Earth. It was astral. It was the craziest thing. But as I was trying to show him like the best stuff on Earth, I'm like trying to block orgies, trying to block all this weird stuff that you wouldn't want the Most High to see as I'm going through it. So that was night one, right? The next night, it was like I don't want to say it was a lecture. You'll know the difference between God and the Most High energy and the Saturn energy. Saturn's gonna bust your ass like in your feelings, like you're gonna wake up hurt, like you want me sick to your stomach, like damn, he read me for filth. But like with God, he was just like, baby, I understand that you made a promise, you had a vow, but who's been keeping you in this contract? Me. How much longer are you gonna delay yourself from what you're supposed to be doing for this person? And I was like, I'm pretty sure I was way better in dream world, but I can still remember it when I got up because I was sort of like astrally in it. And he went on to explain that the only reason that I am dealing with any stuckness, or was, because clear vision now, right? Was because I was choosing to hold on to somebody who wasn't willing to let go of the life that they had for a life that was in alignment with our contract and what we had originally agreed to. So we've been talking a lot about destiny swaps. When somebody tries to take your stuff, take your aura and get all your stuff, right? Been through that. That happened. You can reverse that. As a matter of fact, I have a triple reverse candle. Somebody wrote me today and asked, can you explain how you undo a destiny swap? Prayer works for everything. If you don't got no candles, you ain't got nothing. Log into God, baby. I got extremely lucky that God came to me to say something like, all right, baby, I understand your heart is big. Pack it up. You are an ambassador for the Most High, so therefore there are things that are going to happen through you, and I need you to be in the right position, and you need a king for that. So when I first got into all of this, I was like, okay, God, you want me to sing, you want me to do music. That's your favorite thing for me to do for you. It's the sing, right? But I keep looking and I'm getting information and I don't see anybody else who is, and it's making me emotional, a representation of that. Can you please show me at least one person to let me know that going into this is not a requirement that I do that, because that's not who I am and that's not what I stand for. There wasn't anyone. But when he had this conversation with me this time, he let me know, maybe you'll be that person for other people. And then those who are in alignment with what you stand for will come out of hiding, because my people are hiding right now because the devil is rampant. So pretty much the dream was a job offer, a job offer from God. Like, be a role model, be a representation of unconditional love and what it is to be what I originally wanted for my children and my family here, because there are no role models in the right way right now. And so I think that's where the bittersweet sweet feeling came from. I talked to y'all about the contracts, like to step into your energy, sometimes you have to accept when you got to cancel a contract. And in this case, the information I got after I woke up from that dream to look up was forfeited destiny. That means that the contract that was failed, the lover's contract, is not going to follow me. It's like somebody who didn't come to redeem their prize. When I went to Al, hi Al, and gave him the item that was the entry that he was supposed to respond to that he did not respond to, it was like him giving up, like him not. He's ignored every sign, all of his intuition, and like just been stuck in doing the same stuff. Me and my sad little heart, I would have continued waiting, but I didn't understand that what I am meant to do is so much bigger than that, or that the reason I've been stuck on this planet so long is because I can't pull Al out of the valley. So, uh, after I had this dream, right, I had a couple of chicks write me like, "Hey, I keep getting summoned in my dreams," and I was like, "Thank God it's not me this time." But at the same time, I was like, "Hold on, that means they can't get me no more. They can't call me." Let me show y'all this on this screen, baby. And this whole thing is making me emotional. I guess it's probably still like when you thousands of years, like saving each other from hell. Nobody wants to leave the other person down there. And part of me is still like, all right, I'm gonna suck it up. One day he does what he needs to so he can not be stuck there anymore. Because the trajectory for his current future is not pretty because he won't let go of where he's at. Probably not supposed to say anything, but I'm still loyal ride or die as I'm pulling this up here. There are some people in the background, Al, that are working on a documentary on you with the hopes that they can release it before you will send a cease and desist to stop them. Now, the trade-off on the path that you are currently on, my love, because you did not come to the high road, everybody's fighting their own battle, is on this one. You'll be able to sue the people that made this documentary about you because a lot of the people that they have in there, their stories aren't completely 100% true. So you will be able to sue for defamation and get a large amount. But what is said in this documentary is going to pretty much dead what you were doing in your regular job. Like you won't be able to book like you have been booking, and your next projects won't fare as well as the ones in the past, but you'll have enough money from the suing to carry you to the end of this life. You won't be able to keep the people that were working for you hired, and you will end up in the same way that we typically end this life when we're apart, like you very much in isolation. And I don't want to say bitter, but it seems like a bitterness will come from this. But I also was directed to tell you, and this is right here, redemption. As a matter of fact, let me pull this up because I have to. Uh, there's a lot of important stuff that has to be done, especially, but I can't move forward in good consciousness without making sure that you have the message because a lot of the darkness that was supposed to come your way during the last 2 years, low key, your guardian angel, high key now, you know. So this is the forfeiting destiny thing. Just hey, so y'all know I got proof. I save everything. To lose or give up something because of a broken rule of wrongdoing, to give up something willingly to achieve something else, and I think that's what it was. But then also to be taken away from someone as punishment. Uh, you didn't go in the right direction. You ignored your own intuition. But as I was saying, this was sitting right in front of me, redemption, because after that, I got this redemption, salvation, atonement, amends, rehabilitation, and forgiveness. So all of those are still available to you in the event that you do what's been on your heart to do for a while. Now you've had lots of magic worked against you by somebody who was close to you. We ain't even going to talk about that because there is an unfortunate punishment in it for her because a lot of the magic that she threw out and onto you will be coming back, and some of it will come on to you just because like you were willfully ignorant, like you knew she was doing it and you didn't fix or make amends for that situation. But because of what she threw out, and it's going to block a lot of your paths going forward financially. And the main thing that she was concerned about was money, even though she's trying to make it seem like she's a better person now, like just so she won't feel like she was a gold digger. But the person you will become because your destiny was pretty much, I don't want to say swapped in this case, but forfeited, uh, will not be who she's had thus far. Like your anger will become more prevalent. And then there's a whole storyline you don't want to go into there. So just get right. I don't even want to, you are beyond, you don't know your position. You are beyond getting right with Jesus. Like Jesus is one of your brothers. Jesus is like, right? You got to get right with God, and that's who's going to be coming to you directly. So next time you get a message, and 4:44 is about to be on this clock, I know I'm gonna catch it just because I felt the message right there. Don't damn yourself again. You've been in loops of damning yourself lifetime after lifetime, and there are lots of things that I would have liked to tell you in person, Al, but I didn't get a chance to for whatever reason. When you are, and then since everybody else is in on this now, right? When you are on the tree of life, there's a hierarchy, if you will, right? When you get past Doth, which is like the abyss, the darkness of everything, you're up here on this top part. There are 3 pieces up here, 7 down here. These 7 pieces align with the days of the week and the other challenges. When you are up here, the only person you report to is the Most High. I sit right here in the sphere of Saturn, punishment and judgment. I love it. That's where I sit. Jesus sits right there, right across from that. If you have a piece of Sophia in you, you're right there. If you have a piece of wisdom, or I don't want to say this wrong, Shokaman, you sit right there. The only person you answer to God is God. For everybody else, when you hear people say the only way to God is through Jesus, that's because they're down here. They have to go through an intermediary, if you will, in order to talk to God. I'm trying to tell Al, you answer to the Most High directly. So know that anything else that comes up, the first thing was a slight push to get you in the right direction. I was coming to like offer you an amnesty pass so you didn't have to pay for anything that you did while you were unconscious. But what's coming next is a shitstorm. And that's when 4:44 is on the clock. A shitstorm. So I just had to say that because I'm not getting summoned anymore. They can't summon me because I'm at the top of the tree. Thou shalt not pass this abyss, but they're about to end up in that abyss because they keep trying. The people who were writing me were like, there are people fighting in these robes and stuff. Yes, they are, baby, because their magic is not working anymore. They're trying to summon beings that aren't showing up. Their spells aren't working. So what's going to happen? Hollywood's bleeding. They're corporations. Everything that they have been building, like King Solomon, based upon demons, is about to fall, and we will all witness it this coming year and the years that follow. So all of that went together. You might be able to take something from it because you can forfeit your own destiny by not showing up to the call, guys. Sometimes nobody swapped it, but you gave it up. And that was the main thing that the Most High was trying to tell me. Like, baby, if you hold on any longer, you're giving up everything you've worked for like thousands of years and lifetimes. And everybody who was supposed to learn from what you have to teach going forward. So, penalty-free, contract nulled. This is the energy deck, guys. This one is good if you are a physical empath. That's if you have a lot of Cancer placements or things at the 4th, 16th, or 28th degree, because you feel the energy. You feel it in your body. Like, I don't even have a question in mind. But because I can feel, I'm going to be able to tell you what it means. Damn, that was the biggest womp, right? I can move it into the light and it'll be better. I'm not going to cap y'all. That's why I took 2 days off. I was really sad about this whole contract thing. Like, yeah. But now you see how the energy thing works. I didn't think of a question, so I just picked up on my energy. So if you watch Mireille's video, this is that Marvel deck that she loves. She gets all the super D cool ones because she works at the mall. She goes into a store that's there and picks out all the unique stuff. Maybe I shouldn't drag y'all through every deck because I didn't even know I had this many. So I should count. But the ones that stand out to me, the ones that are important. So this Marvel deck uses different Marvel characters to express the meaning. Like the Knight of Cups is Cyclops. The Two of Cups. Is that Deadpool? I don't even. This is her jam on the Marvel deck. But if you're into that and you know your X-Men characters or you know your Marvel characters, I said X-Men, see this one. If you know your Marvel characters, you'll be able to like breeze through that. Like, oh, that's Wolverine. This is somebody who is a rebel without a cause. So I just got this one. This is the money deck. I'm actually going to do my first reading with that one tomorrow. I'm going to incorporate it into the financial readings that I'm going to be doing. I have some rebranding stuff that I'm in the middle of doing because God is the plug, y'all. I'm going to say it everywhere. I'm going to get a t-shirt. God is the plug. Just in the conversations that I've been having in Dream World, I got ideas about ways to make my life easier. Like things I need to focus on, the funnels I need to lock in on. And everything has been flowing smoother for days, despite my little sadness. It's like, here, honey, go out to eat. But in this deck, you got angelic help, ways that you can better manage your money. And it's like, all right, so what does the collective need to know about their finances right now? I plan on using this along with like money analysis. Like, hey, this is the place in your chart where you can gain the most money. Now here, what do you need to focus on in order to get that? But life purpose. And isn't that sort of the theme of what I was talking about today? Your destiny. You will have new ideas and inspirations that will guide you to your divine calling. I have been way more sensitive. I guess, I don't know, is that the Holy Spirit? I guess because I'm not in hell realm anymore. And Bina is the Holy Spirit. It's the realm of the Holy Spirit. It's the feminine energy. But I even saw like Lil Wayne get an award on Instagram earlier. Like he wasn't on Instagram, but like, and I started crying because like, I guess I could still feel his sad soul in there underneath the being that is holding it. Just like that's all he wanted was his flowers. So it made me like boo-hoo. But even now when this life purpose thing just popped up, because I have been getting new ideas and inspiration to pull me in the right direction. It feels like this camera lined up with it at the right time. Guys, there are no coincidences. What is meant for you will not leave you as long as you continue to push forward. Ask for what you need and things will align for you to carry out your vision. Silence, right? Moving in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest and trustworthy. That was also the second part I got. That's why I was like, I gotta give you this last message, Al. I can't just leave you out there without knowing what's about to happen. But going forward, hey, boo-boo, discretion on a lot of what I am being allowed, blessed, asked to do is a part of the agreement. So what other decks do I think are extremely special? I'm not going to keep y'all on here for the whole thing, but this African Goddess Rising is one of my favorite. On the inside, it says, you called upon the goddesses and the goddesses called you. You are being called to bear witness to your own joy, magic, and power. Will you heed the call? Now, this deck actually comes with, or it can be purchased separately, a book, a workbook that helps you move through your own African Goddess Rising thing. And you know what's so funny? As much as I want to say, you know who this belongs to, this day. That's not the case. Some of you were of African descent in this life. You ended up in a different body because you chose a different experience in the little human maker thing. But you'll return to your African essence in the next life. So these cards are really vivid in color. And that's my favorite part, along with the fact that you can learn more about the different goddess energies if that's what you're into. Like Oya popped up. Like, where do I put that one? I'll put them in order off camera. So I'm gonna wrap with these two. Just because I over or underestimated how many I had over here. I can't talk that long and just kick the shit with y'all. This is definitely a girl talk video, or I'll burn out all the fuel I have for the rest of the videos that I have to record today. There's only 5. So along with all the good ideas that came up, I got a whole new work schedule that's gonna make stuff better. I think it'll be better for all involved. Anybody who has a calling as I'm gonna say a messenger, things are moving through you and you just gotta rock with it and know the McDonald's line don't stop moving because of one unhappy customer. Some days you have to rest. You cannot dishonor yourself in this job. Like if you're tired and you try to push through it, migraine, you're not gonna be able to use your gift in a way that abuses you. If you enter in alignment, like I was saying with the Most High, if you're doing it that way, you're gonna have to lock into your flow at all times, which is what the sacred self-care one is really good for. We don't always know what's best for ourselves just because there's so much programming and like ideas and thoughts that aren't ours that are put in our head based on a society. Like I told y'all for a while, I kept trying to lock into that. People who want to be millionaires or work 9 to 5s or work for themselves have to go by this schedule and blah, blah, blah. And it made me so miserable trying to fit into that box. You are created uniquely in a certain way. And once you lock into how your body works, guys, you will be in your highest flow, your highest vibration. You stand out more when you're not trying to fit in. Ooh, that's to be a smart ass. This is the card that came across me as I was doing this. Amazing. My gifts have been like way stronger since crossing that threshold. And I do believe that's what the new beginnings meant. Suddenly 2 11s around here with gospel songs stuck in his head. I was like, we both made the birth. Now I already told you how horrible our relationship was in the past and stuff. But what I didn't, because I kept asking, but I didn't take it into consideration. I was like, we've been together over 20 years. And the whole first 20 years of this relationship. And who's calling my phone right now? Hold on, bro, ham. I'm saging. You were unfaithful. I had been celibate for 3 years. He ain't touched nobody, did nothing. And I've kept asking, why were you unfaithful to me the whole time before? But now that I'm not interacting with you, you don't go anywhere, you don't do anything. And he could not answer. But guys, I'm happy to tell y'all, and this is the Dark Mirror deck, by the way. This is the one you use, like it's the deep oracle when you want to dive in and find out when something is wrong. Like this one is all the seedy answers, right? The last few times we were intimate is when my sexual gifts were just coming in. And I was able to unblock his heart. He said he felt it through his crown when I did it, but your heart is the center that allows you access to your upper crown, which is your conscious and your throat and all that stuff, right? His heart had been blocked before that. The only reason that he hadn't been doing anything, even though he wasn't getting nada, nothing, Because his heart has been open. His crown was on. He couldn't make the same mistakes he was making because he's no longer Pinocchio. He's a real boy. And I was like, do you know how many people could benefit from learning that? How to help your partner whose heart has been so broken that they can't even like pull themselves out of that hell. Like they can't imagine coming out of that. Like they're actually scared to come out of that cave because that's the energy he was in. So when there's a will, y'all, there's a way. And sometimes it requires you to listen way more than think. So I've been spending a lot more time in silence. Like I'm not as drawn to pick up my phone. At one point, it was like, because I was like waiting on a message or just feeling like, hey, there's somebody supposed to be reaching out to me, and it never came. Now, since that dream conversation, only pick up my phone when I know I have an appointment or somebody's reaching out to me. Like now, oh my goodness. Oh, yes. He's getting me food. Dad, he's getting us food. So don't block your blessings trying to make somebody else's blessing. Trust that the universe works in a way that's fair to everybody. And that means that you should be fair to yourself. If you are doing the work and being steadfast in your journey, everybody has to meet on the same road if they're going the right way. I would not suggest doubling back, or although it made a really big difference for Dorothy, stepping off to get the Scarecrow or the Iron Man or whatever after you've crossed the abyss. Why would you go back down the road, baby? Keep going. So I will be on my perch now with my clear vision, sending y'all messages from here. And I feel extremely like blessed, like overwhelmingly. And I don't even know exactly what nothing is. I couldn't tell you even if I did. But it's real. Pencil in a meeting, like schedule one, like because the way that I believe this started is I started making prayer the very last thing I did before bed, as opposed to me praying and then scrolling my phone some more. Like, no, God, I'm locked in with you. What we doing? And I haven't had nightmares. I haven't had any of the stuff that was happening when I was being attacked by black magic. So this was just random girl talk again, guys. I have to finish cleaning out the rest of my decks. I just showed y'all the ones that I think are pretty good starter decks, actually. The only other one that I would include in this, where are you at, baby? Like, are you up here somewhere? Is the past life deck. Oh, it was right in front of me. The only other one I would say, if you were starting a beginner thing, all the ones, and I didn't even realize, all the ones that I just showed you are good beginner decks for you to just be able to look at and get information off of, just because they're very basic or rudimentary. Like they're not that in depth where you got to be like, hey, this is the 5 of Wands. What could that mean? No, these ones are, if you look at it, happiness. Bet this means happiness. That's the same thing with this, the past life one. And keep in mind, the complicated ones are as your skill sets goes up. It's like going from learning your numbers on flashcards to doing division and multiplication or Pythagorean theorem on a flashcard. The beginning ones are just helping you get used to opening up your channels and feeling information come through. So this is the little past life one. It's like $15, I think. And very easy for you to understand or lock in. It's like, I used to be a monk or nun. Ooh, once upon a time, I was in the stars. Look, Atlantis. Like, I also have a past life regression on here that allows you to walk through a different life every time. I was doing those like obsessively once I learned how to do it. And now that I had opened that door, opened that channel so much to past lives, I don't have to do that. Like when I come in contact with somebody or I come across some information, I start to get the download or the information starts streaming through. This is just you opening up doors in your consciousness, opening yourself to the information. You block it out when you be like, nah, man, that ain't happening, and stuff like that. You close the door on your own. You make a decision of what you do or don't want to hear or what you want to deny. But don't forget, Sagittarius rules the crown. Like Neptune rules the crown, Jupiter rules the crown. You have to be completely open to learning things outside of what you already know in order for the information to stream to you. That's how you obtain wisdom, by trying stuff outside of your box. And that is the highest place you can get on the tree before you're able to exit back up into the heaven realm. So, well, have a good day. I hope this was some handy info. In my ears ringing. What is that earring? I feel like I should pull. That's interesting. Well, so I was still clearing. Hold on. This is my archetype deck that I was just drawn to for whatever little message that was. Now, another handy tip, because girl talk can't be girl talk if I'm not giving y'all tea, right? When you hear a message in your left ear, it's usually a soft ring. That's angelic or a higher up message. When you hear a message in your right ear, or it's painful or loud, that's a low vibrational message. So right now, this is the archetype deck. This lets you know personified characteristics to help you narrow down like who something is or who you're becoming or whatever the trait is. So what was that message in my ear? Who was the message from? Interesting, because the message at that moment felt like well done. But a slave is here, right? But surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. What a beautiful way to end this, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm going with it, y'all. And because of that, I get to be an example of the change that I wanted to see. I don't get to know exactly what it is, but that means I get to enjoy the ride in peace. I wish the same on all of you.